Dear scholars, we have been learning a lesson 3.3 A Crow in the House. Through the previous video, you have come to know about some paragraphs of this lesson given on page number 64. Let us see what information or what is the story ahead starting from next page, that is page number 65. Let us begin. That crow will be the ruin of us, grumbled grandmother, picking marigolds off the carpet. Can't you keep him in a cage? Here the word grumbled means complaint and ruin means destruction, destroy. So here the crow Caesar had taken administration of the house and he was disturbing everyone in that house. Everyone was tired of that crow. So here how grandmother was irritated with him and how she complain about him, that is given over here. Next paragraph. We did try keeping Caesar in cage, but he was so angry and objected with such fierce cawing and flapping that it was better for our nerves and peace of mind to give him the run of the house. So when that Caesar, the crow, was kept in a cage, he started troubling a lot by his fierce cawing and flapping of the wings, and because of that everyone was much disturbed. So to give the peace to the nerves, everyone thought to let him run in the house. He did not show any inclination. Inclination means wish. So he did not show any inclination or wish to join the other crows in the banyan tree. Grandfather said this was because he was really a jungle crow, a raven of sorts, and probably felt a little contemptuous of very ordinary carrion crows. The phrase carrion crows means the crows feeding on dead or decaying flesh and other garbage. Such a crows are called as carrion crows. So as per his observation, grandfather found that the crow is carrion as he troubles everyone in the house. What is further? But it seemed to me that Caesar, having grown used to living with humans on equal terms, had become snobbish and did not wish to mix with his own kind. So he started living with human beings, that is author and his family. So the crow did not wish or did not want to mix with his own kind, that is some other crows. The word snobbish means naughty. So he had been naughty with his all antics or activities done in the house, and he had as he had started living with humans, he did not show any wish to mix with his own kind. He would even squabble with Harold the Hornbill. The word squabble means quarrel. Quarrel. So he used to quarrel with Harold. Who is Harold? That is one of the birds, hornbill, and the hornbill was named as Harold. Perching on top of Harold's cage, he would peck at the big bird's feet, whereupon Harold would swear and scold and try to catch Caesar through the bars. So he used to trouble that Harold, who is the bird hornbill. How he used to trouble it? That is pecking at the big bird's feet. That is pecking at the feet of Hornbill. And what was the reply of Harold or that Hornbill? That is, Harold would swear and scold and try to catch Caesar through the bars. That Harold was inside the cage and so unable to attack on the Caesar. Next paragraph. In time, Caesar learned to talk a little as ravens sometimes do in a cracked, throaty voice. He would sit for hours outside the window, banging on the glass with his beak and calling hello, hello. So, as he was started living with human beings, he started learning talking little like human beings. So he learned to say hello, hello. So at that time he used to sit outside the window, banging on the glass with his beak and calling hello, hello. He seemed to recognize the click of the gate when I came home from school and would come to the door with a hop, skip and jump, saying hello, hello. So whenever Arthur used to come home, he used to welcome Arthur by saying hello, hello. And whenever he used to see the author at the door, he used to hop, he used to skip and jump. I had also taught him to sit on my arm and say kiss, kiss, while he placed his head gently against my mouth. So these are the two words the crow that Caesar had learned, saying hello, hello and also kiss, kiss. That is taught by author. Next paragraph. That is the last paragraph for today's video. On one of Aunt Mabel's visits, Caesar alighted on her arm and crackled, kiss, kiss. Aunt Mabel was delighted and possibly flattered and leaned forward for a kiss. But Caesar's attention shifted to my aunt's gleaming spectacles, and thrusting at them with his beak, he knocked them off. Aunt Mabel never was a success with the pets. So how that crow troubled aunt in one of her visits, that is given in this passage. So as he cackled for saying kiss, kiss, Aunt Mabel became happy and she bent forward for a kiss. But what happened? At the same time, the crow had a look on gleaming, shining spectacles of aunt, and what he did, that is, thrusting at them with his beak, he knocked them off, and Aunt Mabel was never success with pets. So she suffered that loss. So this is all about some of the paragraphs given on page number 65 of the lesson A Crow in the House. I hope you will understand the given little explanation.